Before we get down to business, we're going to get down to some business. Support for Adventures in Movies is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the belt grooming. Danny, you know a little more about that than I do, though.
Because I groom almost every day. No, that's not true. I don't groom every day. But when every time I get a haircut, this is going to be a lot of fun information for you boys. But when I get a haircut, I usually trim my beard and well, my nether region. And I think I got really excited with this Manscaped trimmer because man, I'm not sure if you ever try to like shave yourself with a razor. That is never the fun thing to do, especially like when you. I'm a hairy man. I'm not sure if you ever seen our YouTube videos, and if you noticed,
Oh,
I
I
am very.
know. Oh, I know.
I am a very very hairy man, and this it I don't like tugs. I mean, I like tugs, but not from my razor blade. And the best thing about this thing, the lawnmower, it doesn't tug. It's like perfect. It's like it's so quiet. I don't even know why it's called a lawnmower because the lawnmower is like super loud. This guy is like so gentle, so quiet. It's like you could put some like fucking like Yanni in the like background, put on some candles, and that baby will take care of you. It'll take care of you. It's waterproof. It's cordless. I mean, it's perfect. Like I know. Like last week, I talked about it. I received. I was happy when my child came to life and everything. I was very very happy. But I became even happier when I received the perfect. Oh no, I lost my train of thought here. But the perfect gift, the perfect package. I was so happy to receive that, and I'm just telling you, like it comes with some great underwear. I bought underwear before I became a father, and now I feel like I need more of this kind of underwear. It's great. I really recommend it, and you could get all of that and free shipping. So you could get 20% off and free shipping with the code AIPT20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And you just use the code AIPT20. Trim your chesticles with the besticles and tell them Danny sent you because you don't like to get tugs from your razor.
I can't think of a more glowing endorsement than that. It seems like it's the
Amazing.
most life changing thing that ever happened.
I'm seriously like I wanted that like when I came home to like I guess to change and take a shower. The package was here, and I was like, "This is the best day ever." And then my parents were like, "Wait, what do you mean?" I'm like, "You just had a child," and I was like, "No, no, I've been waiting for this for the longest time now."
I was expecting this package.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. And the stork brought it. So there you go. Manscaped.com, AIPT20. We live in some pretty difficult times right now, and over the past few weeks, we've talked about paranoia and loneliness, and we've been pretty dark. We've gone to some pretty dark places in the past few weeks. So this week, we wanted to change it up a little and talk about feel-good movies, which we've kind of jokingly said over the course of the past 40 minutes or so. So this week's topic is feel-good movies, and last week when we were trying to figure out what we were going to talk about this week, Danny brought up a good point. He was saying that, hey, haven't we done that before? And Blake and I were saying, no, no, we haven't done that before. So I went through our history of episodes here, and though we never have done feel good episodes, we have done underdog. I think we did an underdog episode, and there is crossover between those two. So my first question to you two is, what's the difference between an underdog to you? What's the difference between an underdog movie and a feel good movie?
Ooh, that's like one of those graphs where like the two circles, what are those called? The two
Van Gram,
circles, yeah, that Venn
Van
diagram.
Van
It's
Yeah,
diagram.
like
Yeah.
a pizza from Alfredo's or Alfredo's pizza.
right. I think there's a lot of blending that goes into those two things.
Are you a
But
part of the Church of Satan, or are you a part of the Satanic Church?
right. So, but I would say that there are definitely movies where I don't necessarily think it's an underdog situation, but kind of just like a where they just like happiness kind of just exudes from a character, maybe. You know that what I'm saying? So like or like good things just kind of go around, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think classically the Underdog is that's always a feel good movie. The underdog always wins. So.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the underdog movies they're about a particular team or a person, and they win. They fight to win some kind of prize. Every rom com is basically an underdog story. I mean,
Yeah.
that's I guess the best way to put it. Whereas a feel good, I think the best example or the best way to differentiate them is an underdog story can be, I don't know, the Mighty Ducks or Little Giants or The Sandlot or Rocky. Rocky's the ultimate one, I guess.
Right.
Whereas to me, a feel good story is The Breakfast Club. There's nothing underdog about that at all. It's just
Right.
five different types of people coming together, getting to know each other. There's ups and downs, and at the end, I don't know if they're ever going to be friends again. But I like the interaction over the course of that, and you can feel that they've changed in some way or another. So you kind of feel good about everything they had to go through during that day. What about you, Dan? You're the one who actually made me think of it. Like,
I think like for a feel good movie, I think it's like when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade type of thing. So just like with the Breakfast Club, it's like that. They gave them lemons, and they essentially throughout the whole course of that morning, they make themselves that lemonade. And yeah, you don't know what's going to happen after that, but you don't need to know the rest of that history, because that's just it. That's just your story. And I feel like like there's some feel good movies that do have like an underdog element to it, but I think for the most part, like movies that I was thinking about was like It's a Wonderful Life is one of them that you see it every year. This man is just down on his luck, and he's shown through what life would be without him, and that at the end of it, he's like, you know what, this is everything because of the help that I've had throughout throughout my lifetime. I feel like at the end of it, you're just like, yeah, fuck yeah, you're good. Like you've always been like this person of like of love, and you cheer for them. I don't know that. I guess that makes sense, right?
no, that makes sense. Like,
Like,
and you kind of you kind of brought it up there. I think all holiday movies, while not necessarily underdog movies, if ever, they those are feel good movies. Kind of by definition, they have to be. Well, so, what do you guys have? We talked about The Breakfast Club. It's a Wonderful Life. Blake, what are some for you? What are some what movies make you feel really good? And don't pick
you
something
know,
crazy like Elephant.
a Serbian film. No, of course not. No, honestly, another one that just goes back to a few years ago, 2001, a movie called Amelie.
Oh my
Which
God, that is so hilarious! Every time someone, and I even thought about that. Damn, I thought for sure Danny would be the one who mentioned it. Every single time I think of that movie, and from the first time I've seen it, and you know what, going back to cancel culture, I might get a little bit in trouble. She is a manipulative bitch. That's what I from the first time I saw it. That's what I've always thought.
Well, you also hate the French, so I mean, it doesn't two things fold for that. But it is kind of I would say it's kind of a delightful little movie. Where yeah, I mean, she's kind of like this a super innocently portrayed Parisian who is utterly manipulative of everything around her, but for the good, for the best reasons possible, I guess you could say. But yeah, Amelie's one for sure. I would also go back to one I grew up watching, and for whatever reason, I still watch it all the time. Singing in the Rain. For me, it's just like literally the tagline of the movie is "What a glorious feeling."
That's a good point. Yeah,
and so it is. It's kind of your underdog story in a way. It's they're like it's like a film company, I guess, that's going from silent films to talkies, as they say, and lots of singing, dancing. Donald O'Connor, great numbers. Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds from El Paso.
the one that we've talked about in the past that I think is a feel good. It does have underdog elements to it, but it's not the underdog parts of it that make it a feel good story to me. Is I think Hunt for the Wilder People from
Oh,
pretty
great
much
movie.
yeah
It's a great
yeah.
movie. Great fucking
Once you get
movie.
into about the second act or so, like it's constant feel good. And, like watching these two come together because their relationship isn't so much an underdog. It's not the only underdog part of it is that they're on the lamb.
Yeah.
But It's the relationship that makes you feel good the entire time, like from pretty much when they start they go into hiding up until the end. Like it's just moment after moment of it's heartwarming and tear jerking.
Mhm.
They can put that on there, and it is like the feel good story of it's such a good movie. And
Great.
um, if a person watches that movie and at the end, whether they like it or not is one thing, but if it doesn't make you feel good, then you absolutely have no heart.
I agree. Soulless assholes.
My parents, I put it on for my parents this weekend, and they completely turned it off to put on some Mexican classic film, and I'm like, you're missing out on a great film. Like just that.
But who knows? Maybe that Mexican classic was better.
Maybe, but they've
I
seen
mean,
that movie like 500 times already.
well, yeah, they should have stuck with Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys? What are some movies that make you guys feel good that someone else might think is kind of weird?
I don't have anything I have to answer.
Well,
You-
I do have one. Yeah.
Go for it. I want to hear.
So it's I bring it up probably way more than any human should, but I really love the movie Tremors. Tremors is a town has to rally together to defend themselves against giant underground worm graboid monsters, and every time when the graboid goes flying through the cliff and explodes in the valley below, and everybody cheers and hoops and hollers. I do too. It's such a good. It's such a
Never
good movie.
fails.
Never fails.
That is actually an important because the first time you see a movie, like of course you're gonna be shocked, and you're gonna get the feels. Even generic rom coms, the first time the girl gets the guy or vice versa, it's gonna make you feel good. I think the true test of a feel good movie is if it can make you feel that over and over again, even though you know exactly what's gonna happen. Um, for me, like I guess it's a strange pick, but Blake, you and I recently talked about it and watched it. Not this movie in particular, though it's kind of in there. Wrestle Massacre is a part of a genre that I always brings a smile to my face. Um, B horror, especially from the '80s, but let's not actually be horror. Actually, movies that are true movies that are so bad that they're good. Those are incredibly enjoyable. The ones where, not the ones where they purposely try to do it, and not the ones that people just use that term because I don't know they can't think of a better way to describe a bad movie. But an actual movie that's really bad and you can get enjoyment out of. If it's so bad it's good, you don't have to drink to enjoy it, and you can watch it multiple times. If a movie is so bad that you want other people to see it, but you don't want to see it again, then it's just bad. To be truly be so bad it's good is those are really good movies. Wrestle
True.
Massacre most recently.
Demon
The
Wind.
Room, Demon Wind is amazing. Like a lot of these movies seem to be stuck in the horror genre. I recently saw Chopping Mall, which I would love to see it again. Um, they're just I don't know. There's something about. I guess it's the idea of someone trying so hard, and it's not that they're failing. It's that I don't know what it is about it. I guess it's just that they lived out their dream, and maybe they didn't do it successfully, but they still left an impression. They still made a piece of art that can be enjoyed by people.
Bro, that's my whole goal in life. You just said it.
If I could make something, and I wouldn't put Butt Boy in the same cat, but if I could make something like Butt Boy, that's like a cult classic, that it's one of those hey, have you seen Butt Boy type of things, I would be so happy. Like so it's not even the so bad it's good thing. Like cult classics, like those are they're classics for a reason, and they're cult for a reason too. And those generally, even though the subject matter might be a little dark sometimes, um, like Wrestle Massacre, I guess it's a pretty dark story if you really sit there and think about it, I guess. But those bring a smile to my face. What about you, Danny? I'm sure you have some
So
movie
yeah. So I feel like when you're talking about it puts a smile on your face, and I guess I really do have to go with like the movies that my dad forced me to watch. But we kind of like we've talked about a lot of these, but like Die Hard is just one of those that at the end you know what's gonna happen, and it's just like yeah, like you just want explosions, you know every beat for it. But
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! You just waiting for it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Die Hard with a Vengeance is, I think, my feel good movie. Like, it gives you a lot of it gives you a lot of like fun, like, there's that fucking like puzzle where you have to like put the water in it, and I remember I still do it every single time that I try to weigh it, and it makes me feel good and maybe anxious a little bit of the times. But what movie shouldn't make you feel anxious?
This is true. Willy Wonka? No, there's some pretty anxious.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What
The
are
wall.
some what are some feel good scenes for you guys? Like for me, one scene that always makes me, and it's been like it's been an achievement in video games, and it's been used over and over again. But I love the handshake with the Dylan, you son of a bitch. Like that handshake between Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers is amazing, and every single time I see it, like I don't even have to watch the rest of the movie after that. Like just that one scene kind of makes it for me.
You know what mine is? It's Forrest Gump jumping off the boat to go see Lieutenant Dan for the first time in years, and he just literally just jumps off his moving boat so he can swim to see Lieutenant Dan. Oh, it's so good. God, I love you, Tom Hanks.
Has anybody been in more feel-good movies than Tom Hanks?
No, absolutely
No.
not. He's
God,
the
no.
feel-good king. Oh,
Very
he's
true.
the best.
I was just gonna say the piano scene in Big. That other movie, that Big, is like a really feel good film. Like it's
Big.
you're just it's fucking great. That's my recommendation. The whole movie is my scene. The whole movie is my favorite scene.
All right, let's just all pick a Tom Hanks movie. I'm gonna go with The Burbs. I'll pick The Burbs.
Fuck you.
The Burbs? Oh shit, that's a good one.
That's a really good.
If you're gonna go
Blossom
that
Buddies.
route, then I'm gonna go with Money Pit.
Oh shit, Money Pit, dude. Oh. Underrated.
I could have said
underrated.
Philadelphia.
Oh. I thought you were gonna go Joe versus Volcano for sure.
That's
I
I have to do that because that's such a good film. That's another underrated film too.
Oh shit, you got mail, all that shit, dude. All that shit.
You know what? I'm not a fan of the Tom Hanks Meg Ryan ones. When Harry Met Sally is okay, but I guess
that's
I've
not
seen it.
that's not Tom Hanks.
That is Billy
Is
Crystal.
it not?
That
Oh,
is-
Billy
that's
Crystal.
It's Sleepless in Seattle.
Sleepless in Seattle. I hate that one. And You Got Mail. So okay. I thought I was trying to like defend. I thought Tom Hanks was in two classics, and I was like, I'm sure there's one that I like. I don't like either of them. I don't like
Turncoat.
Sleepless in Seattle.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of You Got Mail. I
It's
just
basically
feel like
Sleepless in Seattle with AOL. Right?
Yeah.
give me
And
just
she owns
Sleepless.
she owns a bookstore or something, and he's gonna close it down, right? Is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid.
All right, Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. Not a feel good movie. Shutter Island. I recently I rewatched that over the weekend.
Cool.
And,
Yeah, cool. Let's name not feel good movies.
well, the most recent one I saw it in theaters, and I remember being kind of disappointed by it when I saw it. But Shutter Island is not a feel good movie at all. Well, depending on how you interpret the ending, though. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it is a feel good ending.
Well, we talked about it during when we are trying to think of the ideas for this week. But honestly, I do think Ford versus Ferrari is very feel good. Just stay away from the ending. Just stay away from the ending.
I don't
Well,
know,
you have to
dude.
stay away from
You
a
get
couple of
screwed
endings
in the
too.
race.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're, I mean, and there's no spoiler. It's an actual event that happened, 50 years ago or whatever. But yeah, if you're a patriotic, true blue American, then no, that's nothing good about the ending. It's a horrible movie. You know what's a good, and this has aspects of love or of Underdog, and also just feel good. But Love Actually, I know I talk about it.
Yeah,
every
Love
once in a
Actually is good. Princess Bride.
Oh, Princess Bride.
Bride,
That's another one. If you don't like that movie, then there's something wrong with you.
Get out.
There's a door.
That's what we need to do an episode on movies that if you don't like it, then you're obviously a robot. I mean, how can you not like a Princess Bride? But yeah, feel good movie. My suggestion would be Shutter Island, depending on how you look at life.
Princess should always have flowers.